Hey guys, Iron21 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing that of Transformers Generations Earthrise. Get back here. Earthrise Deluxe Class Cliffjumper. So, not counting the Micromaster, not counting the literal dudes. Not counting the people smaller than Deluxe Class in this line, basically Micromasters, Battle Masters, that kind of stuff. This guy is officially the smallest figure out of the first wave. So, in other words, he's basically like scaled, and for a quick comparison, here he is with Titan's Return Wheelie and Power of the Prime's Road Trap. That is how small he is, but surprisingly, he's bigger. He's more meant to scale with any other mini-bots, if you have them, out of which I don't, so that kind of sucks. Anyways, so Cliffjumper is basically that of just a red sports car. Big surprise. Anyway, so I did try to customize this guy a little bit, however, most of the details have already rubbed off. Here I had some headlights. This was to fill in some black indents as well as here. And I didn't really try to do taillights. I also had chromed out door handles, which didn't go as planned. The only detail that actually stayed, if I just pop off one of the wheels here, are these chromed out brake rotors. Yes. There are brake rotors on here. Not that I really care. It's just something that another YouTuber pointed out, and I'm like, huh, interesting. And that was before I picked up this figure. Anyways. So, detail-wise, it's pretty good. He is very panel-liney, but that's kind of just due to how he transforms. You're just gonna have to suck it up. He transforms. Okay, he's gonna have panel lines. Just deal with it. He needs to transform, otherwise he wouldn't have these stinking panel lines. One thing about the car mode, aside from the panel lines, actually, panel lines don't even bug me these days. Like, geez, look at Road Trap. He has a giant panel line right down the whole midsection of his car. The windows are different colors. Yeah, these windows here are translucent, whereas this back window is black. There's a good reason for that later in robot mode. The underside of the car is pretty much as you would expect. Just basically the legs and arms crammed under there because they had nowhere else better to go. It's pretty standard. Like just look at Road Trap here. Oh, I had him mistransformed. Took me that long to notice. I'm like, hey, one of his hands is supposed to be filled in. Alright, there we go. But even then, see, hands, and there's his head. There's his head. I think Wheelie should be the... How is Wheelie concealing his cable better than Road Trap and Cliffjumper here? Yeah, it's not common on, like, just... I mean, you're gonna display it like this? No, you're gonna display it like this, or probably in his robot mode. Maybe. I mean, and I'm guessing there's someone who happens to have kibble on the other side. Here's Ironworks. He has 4 or 5 millimeter. No, wait. He has 5. God dang. Anyways. But, yeah. So, he rolls about as you would expect. Just a whole straight minute of me doing this. I bet you guys would definitely pay to see that. So let's go ahead and get into the size comparisons. Alright, so here we have Power of the Prime's Deluxe Class Gaz, Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. Is the scale accurate? Who knows? And Power of the Prime's Hot Rod. Okay, now the scale isn't accurate. Like, I don't even think this scale seems right. Or the scale. Geez, scale is just really inaccurate. Of course, as there's some other little dudes. Titans Return Wheelie, who's smaller. Alright, get out of here. Power of the Primes, Battle Slash. You know. Because I'm pretty sure helicopters smaller than Porsches exist. And Road Trap. You know, basically just a miniature version of Soundwave. I'll talk more about these. I'll talk more about these two in their specific review, but we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about our good old friend Cliffjumper here. So, being the smallest figure out of the whole first wave, again, not counting the Micromasters and Battlemasters, he comes with a lot of accessories. So, you got 2 blasters, 2 cannon legs, and a... What is this? No, seriously, I don't even know what it is. It appears to be the whole back half of his large cannon. And basically to assemble everything... as you can see, assembling it, it assembles fairly easy. So, there you go. So this is for robot mode use. You know, if you want to hold it here, which is how I usually do it. As for vehicle mode storage, what you basically want to do is you want to reconfigure it like this, and then move the cannon legs around the back. And that will just plug in right here. And there you go. Now you have a giant death car. You know. Yeah. Fits in well with this. Fits in well with this nonsense. Another configuration that you can do, which is actually based off of an episode of the original cartoon-ish, is you can plug all the weapons on to the other side, so on the underside of the car. So the guns, they go onto these red tabs here, as you would expect. There you go. These skis, this little tab here will go into this slot. Yeah, so that goes in there. About as you would expect. And then as for this underside, this back piece, that will just unfold. The post will go into what will later become one of his back posts. So yeah, that'll just go in there. Getting this in here, it's a little tricky. Well, it went in there first try. They said that the figure behaves on camera. I thought people were joking, but they were right. But anyways, now you have the ski mode from one of the episodes of the original cartoon. This is from I want to say Downabot Island Part 2. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, now instead of rolling, he can glide. He can glide. I don't recommend putting this in water. Okay, he might drown. He might drown. So yeah, there you have it. There's all the. Oh, wait, there is one more configuration, and this is also for the upcoming War for Cybertron Netflix series Deluxe Class Bumblebee, who is a retool of this. I like them apples. So this may spoil a little bit of the transformation, but you want to basically pop off the whole rear section here, and then you want to kind of untab the arms and reconfigure them like that. Again, about as you'd expect. There you go, there you go, and then just easily taking this and plugging in the parts of the cannon, you know, as you would expect. Just plug things in where they need to go. And I think the only reason why this is actually included on Bumblebee is because he doesn't have a 5mm port at the top of the back of his alternate mode. But anyways, yeah, there you go. You can have this nonsense going on if you want to. We're trying to blend in, right? I don't see how this is gonna help. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Let me just grab it here. I can have it out because I was searching for other mini box. It kind of reminds me of whatever Toyland this was from. I know it's from the movie, but anyways, you push the button and multiple weapons would flip out. The batteries on this thing are dead, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. But like, you push the button and weapons would flip out and such. These actually flip forward, so this is bent. That'll always be like that for all eternity now, won't it? Anyways, yeah, like multiple weapons would flip out. Even his gas tanks were weapons. Like, jeez, man, this is the only one that I had. I think I got it for like, I want to say my 8th birthday. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it just kind of honestly reminds me of that, except, without needing to install batteries. So, yeah, there you got that. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the transformation. Alright, so I've got the camera, so, yeah. These figures usually don't stay the same size as they are in vehicle mode. Of course there's going to be camera adjustments. So, this transformation, basically what you first want to do is you want to just basically loosen up the whole rear chunk of the carpet. And something I will say, yes, technically, he is a parts former. Considering this is a smaller transformer, it kind of had to happen. Like, this is where parts forming is okay. This, because the smaller size and level of engineering that had to happen, of course this is going to happen. Or, like, ironworks here. This would be, like, nigh impossible to pull off. I'll just say that. So, yeah. Plus, if you flip out this little port, which is required for the transformation, it doubles as a shield. So putting that off to the side for now, you then want to detach the front bumper from the hood, split the legs, and then you also want to detach the doors from the rear wheels, bring the leg down, fold the wheel back, orient the bumper to become a foot, and there's this little notch on the inside of the door that'll fit into part of the wheel well. And then you basically just want to do all the exact same stuff on the other side. And there you go. Then you want to split the arms, orient the waist so it lines up with the torso, rotate the torso, orient the back wheels to become the arms, bring the shoulders down and straighten out the arms, open this up, fold this way, close that back up, and then this will just straight up plug into his back, like so. And there you go. There you have Cliffjumper in his robot mode. So getting in close here, he does have a lot of detail. Look at that. I mean, granted, not all of it's painted. I mean, you don't want paint chipping now, do you? And, yeah, and, for once he's not just a red repaint of Bumblebee. Something we've been asking for quite some time now. And, yeah, looks like Bumblebee's getting retooled out of him. Again, how do you like them apples? So, yeah, he does have a lot of detail. I mean, yeah, again, just not a lot of it's painted. It's there. It's just not visible. So you get that. And something else I will say, a lot of the car here makes its presence here. Like, well, here's the whole roof. Here's the roof, front, and side windows of the vehicle. Here's the whole rear chunk of it. And here are the fronts of the vehicles. And keep in mind, this guy uses no fake parts whatsoever. This is all him. This is all him. I mean, granted, he is hiding away his front wheels, but yeah, you could probably just imagine that they're right there or something. I don't know. His feet are incredibly hollow, though. And he does have his macro proportions, which does make him a little tricky to pose sometimes. Speaking of poses, we have a tight ball joint at the head, which means you can look up, look down. Rotation at the shoulder. This shield piece kind of gets in the way sometimes. But you do have rotation at the shoulder. Arm does move out. Bend at the elbow. The elbows are actually dual jointed. So you got that. Bicep swivel. Wrist swivel. What's a wrist? Waist swivel. I was probably thinking waist, but, you know, considering that most of the figures that I have out here don't have wrists, save for Prime, I was thinking waist swivel was going to be next. Leg can kick forward that far, can kick back that far. Oh, never mind. That actually looks pretty good. I mean, he is a little wobbly. So, yeah, there's that. Again, he has some awkward proportions. He can do splits like that. That isn't as wobbly. We have a side swivel, 90-degree bend at the knee, as well as an over 90-degree pivot. So yeah, as for doing the superhero landing pose, it does kind of look a little bit awkward, again, due to his odd proportions that he has. Like you tell me if that looks natural to you. And, you know, considering that, you know, like as opposed to Prime or something where the thigh swivel is right here, as opposed to directly right on the hip, you do kind of have to pivot his ankle. Yeah, it's really hard to do sometimes. And just for a quick comparison, here is here's Battle Slash, and actually I think Battle Slash is doing a better job. Jeez. I mean, then again, he has some better proportions. That's even counting this. All right. So yeah, of course, if you wanted to, you could easily bring his bazooka back into play. That, I guess, rotate that around. That just easily fits right into his hand. You can hold it and probably get some sniping going on. Like, you could probably do that. You got to do a lot of readjustments. Like here's how I usually get him to do some sniping poses. So this may take a few seconds. You want to have the cannon like this, and you just want to rotate the wrist, rotate the elbow, bring all this nonsense in at least close enough to one of his eyes. Optics. And there you go. And then just grabbing a random corpse or something like Impactor here. Just prop him like that. Get him into somewhat of a kneeling position. And there we go. His arm is doing absolutely nothing. Here. There we go. Now it's in use. So there we go. He could be like sniping a random Decepticon or something. Here, let's just rearrange that. Yep, there we go. He's sniping a Decepticon now. He's using a Decepticon to kill a Decepticon. Anyway, so, yeah. So, there you go. There you go. Another configuration that you could do for this is if we just go ahead, get the cannon, and proceed to tear it apart. We're going to leave this like this. We're going to plug this in right here. There you go. There you go. You can hold these new blasters. Which skis have now, the cannon legs / skis have now become ammo clips. And this, for some reason, can plug into his shoulder. It's a very loose fit. There we go. There we go. So now he's got 2 blasters with ammo clips, as well as a very large thing. I have no clue what this is. Alright. Let's do some size comparisons. So, for starters, here he is with some legging scaled figures. Let me just get Battle Slash out of his superhero landing pose. So here he is with Road Trap and Battle Slash. Because I'm trying to get all 3 of them in the frame. Bit of a pain, but there you go. As you can see, Cliffjumper is obviously way bigger, but not by a lot. And swapping out these 2, here's Wheelie. Yep, that seems about accurate. For other comparisons, here we have Power of the Primes Gaz, who's... We need a new Earthrise version of this stat. There we go. Here he is with... Stay. Here he is with Power of the Primes Hot Rod, and it says you can... Yeah, the next guy's going to be even bigger. If we grab Earthrise Optimus, he barely fits in the frame by himself. But yeah, as you can see, Prime is very big. And this is a modified Earthrise Prime. Basically all I did was just unclip this piece. It is intentional. It's not even mentioned in the directions. I'll cover that in Prime's review. Oh, and also considering that we used his corpse for a mount. Here he is with Siege Impactor. Minus the hook hand. I have no clue where it is at this point. Yeah, so there you go. As you can see, this guy is quite small, but I do like the figure. The only gripe is he doesn't have an auto bag. 0 out of 10. Alright. I'm just kidding. But anyways, hope to see you guys next time. Bye.